Another face in the crowd in this Bellwether town.
We talk about homelessness, and I think there's lots of people who are housed that are actually homeless. They're sheltered, but they don't actually have a sense of belonging. They don't have a place where, cheers, where everybody knows your name, where, they yell Norm when you walk in the door. That's for all the older viewers, right? But the reality is that is really important to our well-being. In fact, there's a statistic out there, I think it was Vivek Murthy wrote a book called Together, and he says that loneliness is as dangerous to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. And even creating a space of home beyond shelter, I think it helps people to stay in shelter longer because they have belonging, right? If you just exist in this place that's a roof over your head in a bedroom that you don't get along with anybody else in that place, the likelihood of you staying housed is low. It probably doesn't last very long. And we see that here. We see people, they get moved into a house with 10 other people, and it doesn't work out because there's no sense of belonging. It's just people shutting their doors and not really creating community. And so then 3 months, 4 months later, back on the street and looking for housing, right?
How do you see this in the bigger picture, and how the mission can help with that, but how the misconceptions about homelessness may be affecting our way of actually dealing with this problem?
Well, I would go back to how we are trying to solve problems is not by, stopping hunger, not by creating enough shelter, but by creating spaces where people can get to know each other. And so I don't think we can do this without all community working together. And until we change perceptions on what the other person is like, I don't think we're going to have change in policies. Like if people that are making policies, creating policies, judge a person based on what they see out in front of the mission or whatever, then it's not going to be helpful in the end. So until there's this connection, this relation building, I just don't think it's possible. That's why I think it's so core, and I think people always think, well, that's so simple and okay, Kevin, that's nice, but let's get to the real work. But I think that is the real work because I think it informs what will happen and become policy is my hope.
There's always going to be that person who's just doesn't want to work or whatever. Yep. But I haven't seen that as being, and you can speak to this, I don't see that as being the majority of the people.
I say this, and I think I read a study somewhere that 4% of the population take advantage of systems across the board. That's like whether you live on the street or you live in a mansion. They take advantage of systems. So we're going to have 4% that are jerks. It's just the reality. You know what I mean? And we just have to be aware of that. It's just wealthier jerks hide in homes and they're not seen by everyone.
There is a cost to not doing this, which I think you would probably be able to talk about as good as anybody. Yeah,
I think that we save the city a lot of money on a regular basis just by having a space for people to go. And we're not saying that they should fund us or anything. We understand that there's constraints, but we just recognize that our services, even just in ambulance calls, police calls, all of those things, we've kind of done some cost analysis, and it's significant funding a year that we kind of help prevent. Plus, we're the place that police drop people off at. The hospital calls when people are released from the hospital to care for people. There is a cost to that, yes, I'm thankful to be here at the other side of that, to receive the people that are coming, but there's definitely a cost.
With both feet on the ground in this Bellwether